Get ready to open your blinds and take a look outside. We're going to take a tour around the neighborhood today to see who or what is just next door.
Welcome to Just Next Door, where we'll show you around the neighborhood and give you the scoop. My name is Greg Shannon.
And my name is Anita Waslow. Today we have lots of interesting places and unique people to show you, but not just in the Philly area. In this episode of Just Next Door, we're taking it up a notch and showing off locations both near and far, courtesy of LaSalle's very own student body.
Let's start with a topic about a student's favorite season, the summer, more specifically, a summer camp. Now, I'm sure plenty of us have had experienced some sort of summer camp during our childhoods, but this camp has been going on since the 20s. Let's take a look at what our crew member, Annie Feliciano, has in store for us.
Today, we got to speak with one of the camp directors at College Settlement Camp in Horsham, Pennsylvania.
Hi, I'm Joshua Davis. I'm the assistant camp director here at College Settlement, and I've worked here for 20 years. So College Settlement as an organization has been around for over 100 years. Started off in South Philadelphia as almost a neighborhood community center for families in need. And in 1922, the land in Horsham was purchased, and that's when we started bringing families up from Philadelphia to the camp.
One thing that makes College Settlement unique is the diversity in their staff.
We really try to stay true to the roots of the organization in that we want a very diverse international staff. And so every year we recruit about 100 staff to work with the kids, and of those 100 staff, about 50 to 60 are from all over the world, all different countries. So we recruit from Europe, England, Scotland, Wales.
While learning about the many different cultures at camp, they also participate in traditional camp activities like learning how to swim, going on bike rides, fishing on boats, going rock climbing, learning about animals and feeding chickens and goats, and even roasting s'mores at a campfire.
And they're far away from home, and just watching them over the course of a summer progress and really just come into their own, and by the end of the summer just leave saying they feel like they've made a difference. It's a pretty fulfilling job.
Since the start of College Settlement over 100 years ago, this camp has and will continue to be the vacation of a lifetime for years to come.
What a great place, and to think it's been going on for so long. With that luck, it'll stay open by the time we all have kids, because now we'll know where to take them. Maybe we'll even get a discount.
We have some time until then, so let's move on to something else just next door. Musicians and artists are all around the world these days, but the music world has changed from the past. People who can play musical instruments have seen a decline, but people who are talented in making music digitally are becoming more common. Our crew member, Yves Casimir, has a spotlight on a modern musician who may fall into one of these categories. Let's take a look.
I had the pleasure of interviewing Kurt the Ruler, who is an upcoming artist in the music industry as he engineers and produces his own music.
What makes my life hard, from going engineer to artist to family man, is the focus that every one of them requires. So now I owe it to myself to go hard at everything I'm doing.
The Philadelphia native. Kurt the Ruler and the people he works with always have a great time while he is still being productive but still living out his dream. I asked Kurt the Ruler how it feels to be signed.
I don't really feel like much has changed. Like, I just feel like you gotta work harder and you just got access to get money from different ways with them at the click of an invoice.
Kurt the Ruler has a lot of new music and new things coming your way.
9 years. And actually, I'm throwing my first class December 15th. It's going to include vocal EQing, mixing one-on-one with me, learning how I get real in depth with the beat. And for producers, we're going to start from the ground up on how to make beats, period. Get with me, secure your spot now today.
So make sure you keep an eye out for upcoming artist Kurt the Ruler, as he has a lot of things coming in the music industry.
Well, now we know whose name to look out for in the music business in the future. Hopefully, they'll remember us when they reach the top someday. Always remember your roots, after all. For our next segment, we're going to focus on another shop with products that you can enjoy in the comfort of your own home. Reported on by my co-host, Greg. Tell us a little bit about it, Greg.
Of course, Bandit Video Games is a store near me in New Jersey, and you can imagine they sell video games, but not only just that, they sell retro ones.
Well, Greg, I'm interested in seeing what you got for us. Take it away.
Down over in Sicklerville, New Jersey, there's a store called Bandit Games, and for 27 years, they've been selling a vast variety of games, old and new.
Actually, we weren't retro at the time. We actually went in business and we started selling Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis right when they were popular.
And while customers are very attracted to the games that they sell, that's not the true thing that sets them apart from the big name competitors in the area.
We just have personal service, and the people love to come here because we're a family-owned store, and we know everybody by their first name, and we don't treat it like a corporate experience.
But with the product they're selling being so hard to get your hands on, how are they able to keep so much in stock, and where are they getting it from?
So our customer base just keeps bringing games to us. Plus, we do a lot of advertising.
Bandit Games is a unique store with a family-friendly attitude, and they make sure that everyone that comes in there leaves happy and satisfied.
A retro enthusiast's paradise, it seems. If you think some of the stuff they have in there is old, just remember that one day the technology we use is going to be retro too. We're all retro fans. We just don't know it yet.
Before we continue, we're going to throw it to a break because we have some informative PSAs from some of our students. Give them a listen. We aren't going anywhere.
Every year, almost 40 children die of heat stroke because they were forgotten in the back of a vehicle. In just 70-degree weather, it takes only minutes for a car to heat up like an oven. At 104 degrees, heat stroke begins, which could be fatal. Remember to always look before you lock.
Some things in your medicine cabinet are more dangerous than others. When it comes to prescription drugs, opioid pain medicines can be addictive and even deadly. Half the people who misuse prescription pain medicines get them from a friend or family member. Be part of the solution. Go through your medicine cabinets, drawers, anywhere you keep unused opioid pills, patches, or syrups. Find out how to dispose of them safely. Visit fda.gov/drug disposal.
Welcome back. Told you we weren't going anywhere. Let's see what we got in store for you next.
Now we're going to go somewhere close to home, and for us, home can't get much closer than the LaSalle campus. An important part of our campus life includes the Multicultural Center, and our crew member, CJ Anderson, has an interview all set up for us to see. Take it away, CJ.
Today I'm here with the Director of Multicultural Affairs, Ms. Sherilyn Rush. How are you doing today, Sherilyn?
I'm good, CJ. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Excellent.
So today I just want to talk to you about the Multicultural International Center. It's located on 20th and Olney. I know a lot of people see it when they walk through campus on a daily basis when they're actually on campus. So I know, people see it all the time. I just want to know what actually goes on in there. A lot of people don't know what actually happens. So what happens there?
Okay. Yes. Well, as you said, the center is actually in a house right on the corner of 20th and Olney at LaSalle University. And so what we do is a lot of programming, social programming, and engaging with our students of all identities and cultures. I work with our students which would be considered underrepresented, but most of our students are, along with our domestic students of color, our Asian, Latino, Native American students from different Caribbean backgrounds and African American students that are on our campus.
Okay.
And then I also work with our director of International Students Services, Scholars and Services, Miss Vanessa Valenzuela. She is over our students that are coming here to study at LaSalle University from different various countries around the world. So we work with, we work together and collaborate ways that we can, again, engage, have programming, and then bring cultural awareness to our campus and community.
Okay. Sounds good. So basically, you guys are like the gatekeepers of LaSalle in terms of bringing international students on board and, you know, integrating them into our community.
Our community, connecting them, connecting other students, and again, learning through our diversity is truly our strength. So we use a lot of what we do at the center to be more inclusive and the diversity of LaSalle and our students and faculty.
So I see that Multicultural International Center, they have a large impact on the diversity of LaSalle. If y'all were not in that position, if we did not have the Multicultural International Center, do you think that LaSalle would be, in terms of diversity, how do you think they would be?
We would, I think, because of the Christian Brothers and the mission, LaSalle is actually all over the world. We are in 85 different countries. So in that effect, we do reach out to our brother and sister schools all over the world. But here in the US, we make it a point to make sure that we are looking at ways to make sure we connect all of our students' cultures and identities. And if our center wasn't here, I think a lot of students would not feel at home or express, a lot of homesickness, as well as just and our domestic students as well, because our teaching is above board. LaSalle is very well known for its small class sizes, but for our large teaching experience and breadth of work. But with our center, we really do a lot of engaging and making sure that faculty, staff, students have that opportunity to really learn more about each other and learn more about our cultural, our intercultural and intracultural perspectives. So I would hope that,
awesome.
that if anything, people do find the warmth of the center as well as the work that we do and engagement really something that continues to help us grow and help us bring in students and help us continue to have students here.
Definitely. Yeah, so I know you guys do help a lot with our diversity and integrating everybody into our LaSalle community. In terms, I know y'all serve international students and you serve people, you serve the international students, but what sort of services do you guys provide to people, just, regular students?
For our regular students, we do, again, like I said, a lot with collaborating with our various areas within our student affairs and throughout the LaSalle community. We work within our office, we have dialogue opportunities, things that we have started for the last couple of years called Real Talk Dialogue, a little bit of what we call table talk kind of things. We use Saxby's or Starbucks to just set up conversations over, a casual kind of coffee or tea. We actually invite people to our center which is like a home, really is, to have our little bagel Fridays or our international tea and coffee kind of opportunities to learn more and meet our students from different backgrounds and different cultures.
Well, I know definitely that the students can find so much value within the Multicultural International Center, especially through you, Ms. Sherilyn. And yeah, I just hope that this interview and you being broadcasted will help spread awareness to more students and more even people. I don't know, just more students, and they can take more advantage of the MIC. So I want to thank you so much for joining me. And I hope.
Absolutely welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And I'm going to.
and anytime anybody has any questions, we are here to help. Myself, Vanessa, especially now with COVID challenges, the COVID-19 challenges. There are a lot of things that have changed and shifted in the university. People may not know. It doesn't matter. You can always reach us at the Multicultural International Center. Give us a call, email. The email is real easy, rush@lasalle.edu. Doesn't matter what the question is or who it pertains to, counseling, financial aid. There will be a way that we can help assist our students and help assist our faculty, staff, and those that just have some questions that may need to be answered.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else appreciates it as well. And thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me. I'm going to send it back to Greg and Anita.
Thanks, CJ. As a LaSalle student, we love to get more in touch with our resources.
Before we show you some more stories, we're going to have another break containing some topics you may want to hear about. See you in a few.
Exposure to blue light can mess with your sleep and memory cycle, so make sure you limit your screen time at least 2 hours before you go to bed.
And we're back. We hope we had some words of wisdom for you. Let's move on to some more stories before we close out.
Sitting around all day playing video games is fun, but sooner or later you're going to have to go out and get some exercise. But getting fit is easier said than done. So who can you turn to when you have to figure it all out? A trainer, and not just any kind of trainer, a personal trainer. Our crew member Josh DeLello has the inside scoop with a personal trainer right in his home. Let's see it, Josh.
There you go, 5 more, keep it going, stay strong.
3, 2, 1.
Nice. So in the past decade, I think that the health and wellness industry has turned more into a lifestyle industry. Personal training allows for people to get that extra push that they need when they're trying to work out. It also gives them a tailored workout design specifically for their needs and desires as an athlete. So the next thing we're going to do is an all-out sprint with this resistance band around your waist. The purpose of this is to focus on speed and explosivity. So every client is different and everyone needs a different type of workout. What I like to focus on stability, form, and power. These areas give the best results and allow the person to really be in control of all the movements when they're working out. A lot of gyms have been closed, as I'm sure everyone knows, so I've been mainly working outside with my clients, and that has allowed me to focus more on bodyweight exercises. This will allow the client to get strong, focus on their stability, form, and power, so that when they are ready to go back into the gym, it's easy to integrate weights into their workouts.
Workout today. Thanks.
It's always impressive to see someone take health so seriously, and to use that knowledge to help others is a service that can't be thanked enough. I'd be scared to have a cheat day in that house, that's for sure.
Sports and exercise is a great way to improve health, both physically and mentally. But what about reeling a fish? Well, it may not strictly be a sport, but recreational fishing sure is one way to get your fresh air. Let's travel all the way to Staten Island, New York, where our crew member Jonathan Colella has a fishing story for us.
It's an early Thursday morning in Great Kills, Staten Island, and the people are out and about. But more importantly, the fish are out too.
Today was kind of tough. Some days are like that, I guess because Sally's coming in. It's a little slow lately.
There's not as many fish as there used to be, but there is,
Or so we hope. Yes, the sea isn't too bountiful sometimes, but it's still frequented by dozens of people regularly.
reason I'm here every day. Fishing is like an addiction. Once you get hooked on it, it gets in your blood.
It is an addiction. You feel that life. We let them go most of the time.
So what makes them stick around when the catches are low?
Sure, there's a lot of people that know each other here. There's a lot of good people, and you know,
Kind of like a little brotherhood. Yeah, like a club.
That's right, it's the community aspect of it.
Pretty much every morning you come in, same group of people. You know, you shoot the breeze about different topics and fishing and politics, sports.
learning and introducing new techniques and you know, sharing skill points and hanging out with good people.
And if you're lucky, while you're shooting the breeze, you'll even catch a fish or two.
My dad used to say, get a bunch of complete strangers on the beach together fishing, and they would bond within a couple of hours like the best of buddies. And at the end of the day, they'd go back to their cars in the parking lot and go home and become the miserable idiots that they were.
Those gentlemen may be old in age, but they're still brimming with youth. The Just Next Door cast and crew hopes they have plenty of big catches in their future.
While we're on the topic of fish, let's move to another animal people seem to be obsessed with. Dogs. The world just can't get enough of them. After all, we have entire parks dedicated to them. My co-host, Anita, went to one of these parks this past week, and she has a lot to say. So let's take a look at it.
I'm standing outside of one of Connecticut's hidden gems, the Shelton Dog Park, where all kinds of people come together with their furry friends.
Dogs are good for the community, but specifically for myself, she gets so much energy out, and I'm so happy that, you know, I don't have to be inside while she's destroying everything.
We couldn't agree more. Puppies especially have a lot of energy, so why not take them to the local park and let them tire out?
I really enjoy having this dog park around in the community because it gives a space for dogs to run around, exercise, it gives them a space to interact, which not only helps build a community within the dog owners themselves, which is awesome, but it also helps create a little dog community.
It brings a lot of people together. I've met a lot of new friends, a lot of new dogs. I think it just brings people together. It brings, a whole family of people together.
A common theme at this dog park is definitely community.
Well, I have a Shih Tzu, and I don't really have any other dogs. So when I go to the dog park, I'm able to give him some exercise, he's able to make some friends, and not be super lonely and totally around humans the whole time.
It's definitely always a good idea to let your dogs go and socialize.
Dog parks are great because I took my dog there and first she didn't like any dogs, but then when we went there more times, then she met a lot of new friends.
It sure can get quite noisy, but it's all worth it for these local dog park goers. If you have a dog, consider taking them to the dog park today.
Look at those furry friends go. Even if you're a cat person, you can't deny the charm of a friendly dog. If you have a dog that's eager to go outside, do them a favor and take them somewhere like this. They'll thank you and you'll thank yourself after enjoying some fresh air.
Let's talk about another location that you should consider visiting. Our crew member, Michelle Kendig, went to Ellicott City, Maryland recently to check out the local history and also to figure out how it's still bustling after 2 major floods. Let's see if she has the answer.
2016, around that time, before the floods had started, I used to come down here a lot more often because of some of the stores that were around here, like record stores, there were some vintage stores that I really liked.
Ellicott City historically has been through 2 floods, and I feel like they've overcome both floods really well together as a community and as a team, and the togetherness is what really brings me to Ellicott City. My favorite place in Ellicott City would definitely be Main Street, again, because of the rich history and culture that Main Street has.
The vibe that it has, it's super quaint, it feels very homey, and it's not rushed.
Ellicott City is beautiful
beautiful street, beautiful town, beautiful river side, and business.
Mother Nature doesn't have anything on this landmark of a city. If you're in the area, feel free to drop in and take a look at this great location. Maybe drop in on our crew member as thanks for giving us insight on a place as great as this.
History is an interesting topic to learn about. It can be a gateway into a time from long ago. Luckily, our crew member, Alexander Richards, has one of these gateways in the form of a place called Veterans Park. Let's see what this place is all about.
New Jersey has a lot of history, some of which might even be in your own backyard. Located right outside the state's capital of Trenton, Veterans Park is dedicated to those who have fought to protect and serve the American people. The sites that are available to the public range throughout America's long history and are devoted to the branches of the military and front lines. On the north side of the park is the F-4 fighter jet, which is purchased by Hamilton Township as a sign of recognition to the Air Force. By the east entrance, you can find a combat tank, which was used by the United States Army. This Cobra attack helicopter is one of only 1,000 produced and is here at Veterans Park as a symbol of the United States Army. Also here at Veterans Park is the 9/11 Memorial, which is to observe the men and women that were on the front lines during this horrific event. This memorial recognizes all who were involved and never lets us forget that they put their lives on the line to ensure our safety.
Well, there we have it. We covered a lot this episode, so we hope that there's something that you saw today that got your interest in the world around us.
But that's not all. You can keep in touch with us. Follow us on Twitter at LaSalle TV Philly or Instagram at LaSalle TV. We would love to hear your comments or suggestions to see what else is going on in the world. We hope you had a great time. I'm Anita Waslow.
And I'm Greg Shannon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Just Next Door.